I want to broaden your knowledge to also help you understand that there are different dynamics and opportunities that is available. And we'll go deeper into exports in particular. So the first opportunity, definitely, when I say trade with Africa, is exports to Africa, right? And also on the continent is bilateral trade, African exports to the world as well. Okay, is that bilateral trade supports import and export. So wherever you are, whatever country you are outside of the continent, outside of Africa, you have an opportunity to bring in your products and services to serve the continent, to export to the continent and find buyers on the continent, right? It could be products, it could be services as well. Both of those things are in demand, and Africans are buyers. They are buying, they're consuming, they're spending their money, right, to access the products and services that they need, either in business or for personal consumption or business consumption or even government, right? Which is what we're going to also dive into today. Is there certain products and services that your buyer, maybe a government, maybe a company, maybe an individual, and the different strategies you can deploy and implement to support that. Okay, so exports is a big play. Okay, and the other side also is import. You can import from the African continent. You can source, right? With global shifts, with shifts in the global supply chain, buyers are seeking alternative sources of supply, right? From cashew to cocoa to minerals. Africa has always powered the world, right? As second or third tier, or even fourth or fifth tier, whether it's diamonds or right? Is that Africa represents the origin of many of the products the world consumes today, right? And Africa is also actively seeking to export its products within the continent under the AfCFTA and even beyond. And that represents opportunities for buyers. Okay, so number one is you, an exporter, you're looking for new markets on the continent for your product. That's the focus of today's masterclass. But I also want to acknowledge that the reverse remains true. Number three also is that investments in manufacturing is shifting to the continent. So there are strategic plays right now, particularly in the northern, like for example, in Morocco, where Morocco is leveraged as a manufacturing hub to serve Europe. Okay. So the proximity, labor, right? There are several factors now that now favors certain specific local regions on the continent for investors to come in strictly for a manufacturing play where products are manufactured, for example, again, Morocco, not necessarily for the African consumption, but for European consumption. So those are some things happening as well. We featured this story and our contacts as well. If that's something you would like to dive into and learn more about, we are happy to help and support you in getting that activated.